Hey, John,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How was your weekend?
It was good. Yeah, quiet, as most people have it. And yeah, I think I'm trying to deal with things as well as possible. I am thinking more about food these days.
All right, good. Hey, man, that's great.
Well, but yeah, the part of that is like, there's so much time. And so I didn't lose any weight this week. Well, so I stayed about the same. And I've tried intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if that works for me or not.
Olivia.
Good morning.
Hi, Olivia.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning. We're discussing nutrition.
Oh, God.
It was a hard week for me. I did pretty well all week, and then the weekend, I kind of am giving myself permission to order out on the weekend.
Yeah.
And I think about that a lot.
As far as like you look forward to that?
Yeah, I mean, I look at the menu and I try to kind of balance what's really going to taste good, but not be overly fatty. But everything you order is really twice what you need. And
Yes.
you tell yourself to only have half of it. And then you thought, well, I'll just have another bite. And
You know what you may be able to do just kind of preemptively is ask them to split it into two containers.
that's true. They wouldn't think I was high maintenance.
Yes.
Well, I mean, does it really matter? In the sense that, like, if it's going to help you at this point.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
I actually I know the chef pretty well. He would do that.
Yeah. I mean, and you could even explain it to her, like, hey, listen, this is what I'm trying to do here. It's I mean, obviously, your food is so good. I just can't stop. So if you can preempt, help me out here.
Right. Right. Well, I ordered a chicken dish, which was really pretty healthy, and but inside, because I've been a supporter of her restaurant, she put the brownie.
Yeah, of course.
Which I didn't even order. That was as big as a book, and I thought, well, I'll just have one bite, and I ate the whole thing. My whole face was like filled with brownie stuff.
Killing me softly.
Don't go to McDonald's.
Oh, man. Well, you shouldn't be going to McDonald's anyway.
No, I don't go to McDonald's.
It's tough. I think you got, in addition to to the time, right? And somewhat, and to some extent, potentially boredom, right? You also have, you have two other things that are going on, right? So you're losing a little bit of your daily caloric expenditure just from the sheer fact of moving around, right? Right, which it's amazing how much how much energy you expend just moving in daily life, daily activity.
Right.
It makes up for anywhere between 10 to 30% of your caloric expenditure.
Right.
So,
Good.
you know, I mean, it's a tough one. You know,
I lose weight when I'm doing a show because I'm so busy that I'm not even thinking about it.
yeah. So I think that, you know, some of the things that you guys can look at is number one, right, is how do you make up for that loss? And again, I think the thing is like, you know, I've been joking on some of my social media posts that, you know, that all I do is work out, you know, and then I, you know, post a picture of my nightly beer, you know, so drink a beer and work out. But you know, I think the thing is you can kind of think of, you know, you can find strategies, right? So like, you know, like what Olivia was saying about getting in the pool. I mean, you know, as much as you possibly can, really, you know, and I wrote a blog post about this. And you know, you guys should have received it. I sent it out last week about just how, again, take a look at your daily activity and how can you maximize it. Get in the
Right.
pool, right? Go for walks, right? I mean, you know, and I mean, you can even, you know, so how do you make up for that lack of just sheer movement that
Right.
you're doing on a regular basis?
Well, I have been jumping in the pool more, and I liked Olivia's idea of really spending some time in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
It's just thrashing around.
That's it. You know,
And a couple of hundred or two, the leg things, you know, in the water, kicking your legs
Yeah, yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
Really work out.
and if you can make it like, if you can
And
give
turn some
yourself,
music on too. If you can hear
Yeah.
music, it makes it really nice.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you know, so finding ways to, again, if you read that article that I wrote, I kind of broke down like the current recommendations, weekly recommendations for cardiovascular activity, and just think of it as activity, right? Recommended activity, and how you can break those down. Maybe it's 30 minutes in the pool and, you know, or 20 minutes in the pool and a 20-minute walk, but finding what you're doing it every day and make it consistent, make it repetitive. John, Olivia, right as you were coming on, John was mentioning something about intermittent fasting. John, would you complete that? You were saying it was difficult.
Well, right now, I've done it before and it was easy and I lost weight. Now, because there just seems to be so much time to think about food that I don't normally have, that I'm getting really hungry by around 10 or 11. And you know,
10? So, and what time are you eating your last meal?
well, I usually eat around 7.
Okay. Are you snacking afterwards?
I usually have a bowl of popcorn, but I don't need to have that.
Okay. You know, I mean, and what time is that?
Well, that's probably around. I'm usually done with everything by 8.
Okay. All right. So you're going, so, I mean, even from 10 to 8 is 10 hours, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the studies have shown between, you know, anywhere between 9 to 11 hours seems to be the somewhat optimal window for feeding, like for having a restricted feeding time between 9 and 11 hours.
Right.
So I don't think that that's necessarily bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that you can, you know, again, and one of the things that seems to help too is creating a routine that is like, as soon as you get up, right, you do your routine. So that routine may be a little Tai Chi, right? But it may be, you know, whatever it is, getting you active so you're not thinking about food until that 10 to 11th hour. But again, you know, 10's not bad, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, some people
it's the surprise brownies that are hidden. You know, those are the things that throw me off.
Yeah. You may just have to be preemptive, right? When it comes to, especially, you know, somebody who's trying to, you know, obviously they're showing their appreciation by providing you with a gift of love, right? Because let's be honest, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But,
Wear a mask all day.
Ah!
there you go. You can't get beyond the mask.
I would have to cut a hole in the middle of my mouth.
Oh, no, John.
But, you know, I think that that's key. You know, here's the other thing, and I'm going to send this out this week. You know, I've got, you know, and again, you guys, I've spoken with you guys about it before. I just haven't. I honestly, I've been trying to, you know, play with it a little bit, and also just to see how the software works, and to see if I really like it. But I'm going to send it out. I mean, there's this this software that I'm, you know, again, that's connected with the organization that I have my nutrition certification with. It sounds a lot like Noom. It's all about habit change. It moves
Yeah.
fairly slowly. You know, I've been doing it for 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more, and we just got into using protein. So it's really about these small, subtle habit changes.
Right.
The curriculum is really designed for a year, right? So, you know, again, I don't know where you guys are, if it's going to be the most optimal solution. We could try it. Right now, I can offer a 30-day free trial. And if you guys want to try it, again, my plan is to send that out this week. I've just been, you know, kind of hemming and hawing over it because I'm not.
Send it out and let me read it. And I'm reading your blogs. I think they're fabulous. So,
Thanks, John.
yeah.
And then if you guys need some assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. You know, I'm going to send out a little questionnaire that may be helpful as well. Yeah, I mean, bug me. You know, I mean, like, if you know, if I can be of assistance in any way, you know, it's tough, right? Because again, you got less caloric expenditure, you've got more time. There's a little boredom always is an issue when it comes to consumption on anything, right? Whether it's alcohol, whether it's food,
Right.
you know, it's tough to monitor that. And the only way that I find that works really successfully for me is stay active. You know, stay active. That's the only thing that's what helps me and create that level of commitment.
Well, Olivia's doing hula.
Yeah, right. She's getting nice and warm. Real quick, guys, before we dive into our workout, I just posted. I don't know if you received the text or email, but I found a couple of those videos that I've posted before, just the opening sequence and ward off left and ward off right. So they're on that YouTube playlist now, and you can go on there. I think the videos are fairly short, like 5 to 15 minutes, and it kind of lays out the footwork and all that stuff, so you'll be able to, you know, you'd be able to do it with no problem.
Okay.
Here's we just got a little visitor. All right. Well, let's get you guys moving. Let's see. What we'll do is we'll just start off with. Go ahead, John.
I have a bench.
Hey, all right.
It took me 2 hours to put like 4 bolts.
Maybe we'll use that. Maybe we'll use that bench today.
Okay.
We better.
My bench got rusted and I can't make it lift, so I got to get Jasper to help me.
What's that, Olivia?
My bench, the part that lifts up, it's all rusted and I can't get it undone. So
Yep.
I have
Mine
to
doesn't
ask.
lift. Mine doesn't lift either. That was too complicated.
Okay, well, we'll just use it straight.
Yep, exactly. Perfect. Well, all right, you guys, let's get you mobilized and then we'll dive right into your workout. All right. So again, we'll just start off with a little bit of articulating some ranges of motion, and then we'll dive right in. So, right, first with the head and neck, right, we'll just look over that right shoulder. Inhale back, look over the left. Inhale back, look over the right. Inhale, exhale, look over the left. Exhale over the right. One more time, each direction. Exhale into the twist. Exhale into the twist. Then back to center, mouth closed, tip of the tongue, roof of the mouth. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, chin to the chest. Look up at the ceiling. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. Then again, drop the chin to the chest and look straight up and out. We're going to go ear to the shoulder, and then you're going to just roll the chin down towards the chest. You'll bring the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder, and then you'll repeat. You roll the chin down to the chest. Ear to the shoulder, chin to the chest. Ear to the shoulder, chin to the chest. Ear to the shoulder, chin to the chest. One more time. Ear to the shoulder, chin to the chest, and then look straight up and out. Then from here, we're just going to shrug those shoulders up and back. shrugging those shoulders up and back. Great, 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 great. And then we're going to go one at a time. Right, moving one at a time. And then we're going to do both at the same time, but in the opposite direction, right? Like you're doing the breaststroke, right? And just pulling back. And one more. Great, you guys. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do this little Qigong series, right? You're going to inhale, reach out. Exhale, come around, and then go down, right? So you're going to inhale, up and out. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, up and out. Exhale, back and down. And you can start to make these circles as large as you want to. We're just trying to mobilize in that joint a little bit. One more time. And then you're going to reverse it. So we'll go out to the sides, forward and down. Out to the sides, forward and down. Out to the sides, forward and down. Out to the sides, forward. And one more time. Out to the sides, forward and down. Then from here, what I want you to do is you're going to extend your arms out, right, to the sides. And then what we're going to do is we're going to palms face up, then palms roll down and back, right? So you're going to go external rotation, internal rotation, right? External rotation, internal rotation. So you're just rolling thumbs back, palms up. Then thumbs are going to roll down. And you're going to twist just as much as feels right for you. Right? One more time. Right. And then just shake out the arms a little bit. Right. And I want you just to make circles at the elbow. Right. Just circling at the elbow. And then we're going to reverse it. All right. Yeah. Great. Great, great, great. And then again, just kind of shake it out, get them loose. We'll come into that constant bear. Great, you guys. And then again, we'll slowly lower, slow on down. Hands on the hips, feet hip width apart. We'll just come into your hip rotations. And moving as much and as vigorous as feels right for you. And then let's just reverse it. Yeah. And then we'll gently come to a stop. We'll bring the feet together. We'll come to the knees and just mobilize those ankles a little bit. Again, just squatting to the extent that feels right for you. And then we'll switch and go in that other direction. Great, you guys. And then we'll just shake out the legs. All right. You guys feeling pretty warm?
Yep.
So let's just do this one more, and then we'll dive right into our workout. We're going to do this Qigong exercise, but we're going to do it a little bit more vigorously. So what I want, we've done this, we usually kind of do this slowly with the breathing in, breathing out, reaching up. But what I want you guys to do is observe me at first, and then we'll dive right in. You're going to actually take a shoulder width stance, feet slightly turned out, like you're about to come into a goblet squat. And then what you're going to do is you're going to exhale down, and imagine like you're kind of scooping like a big pile of laundry. You're going to scoop up, and then as you come up overhead, you're going to open up. So a little bit of a gentle back bend, right? So we're going to scoop down a big pile of laundry, and imagine like you're throwing it up in the air, right? So you're going to scoop down, and this time, notice how I'm kind of crossing my arms, right? And then coming up and out, right? You're going to scoop down, cross the arms, grab the laundry, and throw it up in the air. Scoop down, cross the arms, grab the laundry, and throw it up in the air. And notice as I'm throwing it up in the air, right, you're getting a little bit of a back bend, just a tiny bit, really from your hips, right? Yeah, great. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. And you're just switching the arm that's crossed over the other every time you do this. Exhale down, inhale up. One more time, exhale down, inhale up. And then again, just kind of shake it out. All right, you guys. How you feeling?
Good.
All right. So let's dive in. We're gonna start off with goblet squats. So actually what we'll do is we'll use your benches. Right? So we'll grab that bench. And Olivia, you're gonna grab, actually both of you guys are gonna grab your 20-pound dumbbells. Right, and so we're gonna use that bench as your depth, right? So we're just gonna do box squats. Now, Olivia, in the past, we've had you elevate yourself a little bit with a cushion, right? Now, John, I just wanna make sure you feel comfortable touching that depth, right? So again, we're just gonna sit into it and then drive up and down. But I want it to feel like an appropriate depth. And again, Olivia, we've had you use a cushion. And we're just gonna start off with the first set, 10 to 15. Right? Yeah. Great. Great, you guys. Inhale down, exhale up. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10 to 15.
15.
All right. So now we're going to take that dumbbell, right? That same 20-pound dumbbell. We're going to do pullovers with it. So we'll grab, right, like our usual position. We'll lay back on your bench, either feet on the ground or feet in the air. And we're just going to do good old dumbbell pullovers. And again, same thing here. Let's, on this first set, let's just go 8 to 12. Make sure you feel good. John, that looks great. It's a little more challenging on a bench, but just make sure it's in your abs, right? Your knees are slightly in front of your hips. Yeah, your ankles slightly above your knees, and that you can really feel that support in your abs. But you also don't, I don't want you to feel unstable. I don't want you to feel like you're going to fall off that bench. Olivia, great. You guys look great. Again, we're just loosening up those shoulders, 8 to 12 on this first set. Awesome. All right. So again, you're going to rest, you're going to recover, and then we're going to come back to it. We'll go back into that goblet squat, maybe 15 to 20 on this set, depending on how you feel. Making sure the knees are out, hips go back, wind into that. Feel that little bit of a stretch in the hamstrings and glutes. Again, you guys are in control on how much recovery you need. Take as much as you need. Make sure you feel solid. Now, Olivia, I want you to try something and see if this feels better. I want you to hold that dumbbell like this and keep it nice and close to the body. And again, you assess and see if that feels better. I like it better because it puts the center of mass closer to yours.
Yes, this is better.
Yeah, great. Again, on this set, 15 to 20, remember, you're in control. Make sure you feel good. Nice work, you guys.
Wow. 15, that's it.
That's all right. Good, good. Right? Good, Olivia. That's great. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Again, we're always leaving 1 to 2 in the tank at least. Then again, you're recovering. Make sure you feel good. Make sure you have adequate breath. We'll grab your dumbbells. We'll come back into that pullover. Yeah, Great, 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 great. Again, this set, if 12 felt great on the last set, go 15. Great, you guys. Yeah, and John, you're just making sure that's staying in the core.
15.
All right, nice work, Olivia. Again, you guys are going to rest. You got one more set. John, how many did you get?
15.
John, how many did you get on that last set of squats?
20.
All right, nice. One more final round, you guys. Again, we'll do the same thing, 15 to 20 on those squats. Again, make sure they feel good. Leave at least 1 to 2 in the tank, and then we'll come back and we'll hit one more set of those pullovers. Yeah. Nice work. All right, nice job, you guys. Again, you're recovering, and we're going back to those pullovers. One more set. So both of you guys got 20 on that set, right?
No, I got
What'd you get, John?
15.
Whew, kind of smoked yourself out on that second set.
Well, I thought that the 21 was, I thought that was the last.
Gotcha.
Anything in the tank.
Hey, you're gonna rest. We'll come back into that pullover, one more set, and then we're moving on.
Killing us, Jordan.
Welcome to Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
Mad Monday.
Hey, I'm
Friday
proud.
Monday and Filthy Friday.
Nice work. Yep, just use that breath. Great, you guys. 10 to 15, you're in control. John, how many did you get?
15.
Nice work.
Phew.
Yeah,
18.
nice job. All right, nice work, you guys. All right, so hey, we're moving on. And what we're going to do is, despite having your awesome, beautiful new bench, John, we're going to actually take this guy to the floor. Let's grab a 5-pound dumbbell. John, you're going to grab your 15s. Olivia, you're going to grab your 10s, and then grab a 5 as well. We'll take it to the floor.
Two 10s.
Yep, grab your 2 10s and a 5.
Are we on a ball or on the floor?
On the floor. I'll show you what you guys are going to do. And John, I don't know that I'm going to be able to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just angled up, John. I don't know if you can possibly angle it down, or you can take it down to the floor with you. That may actually, yeah. Okay, that's great. That's perfect. All right. So here's what you got. How are you doing there, Olivia?
I'm watching you. I want to see what you're going to do. Then I'll get down.
Right, so 2 options, right? So here's what we got. You can have 2 options as far as stance is concerned. You can either be lying in this position, it's called a hook lying position, right? Or you can be up in this reverse tabletop position, right? Up to you. We're going to alternate, right? One at a time, whatever position you're in, keeping that core nice and engaged, right? Back somewhat flat. But you're going to alternate dumbbell chest press.
Okay.
And so again, we'll go 8 to 12. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pair it with dumbbell, right? You're going to come into a sideline position, and you're going to come into that dumbbell external rotation. And again, remember, this is a small range of motion. So if I'm lined up, right, with right now my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder are all on the same plane. I'm going to drop my wrist towards midline, my sternum, and then come back up, right? Midline to shoulder, midline to shoulder, and really no further. John, on your left shoulder, you may actually not even be able to come all the way up to the shoulder. You may have to drop a little below midline and then just come up a little short of your shoulder, and that's okay, if that makes sense. Yep. So again, that alternating dumbbell chest press, we're going to go 8 to 12 on the first set. Great, you guys.
You're just going up and down, right?
Exactly, Olivia, and just alternating. And this is a press, right? Yeah. You're a little in shadow, but I can see you. Again, 8 to 12 on this first set. And again, you want to make this as smooth as you can. Back somewhat flat, tail somewhat tucked. Core supports this movement. Great, you guys. Awesome. John, how many did you get?
12.
Perfect.
And I was shaking a bit.
Okay, good. How many did you get, Olivia?
Well,
Perfect. You should be a little bit right, with these, right? It should force you to have to stabilize in your core, right? And then again, when you guys are ready, you'll roll to your side. Doesn't matter which one you start with, and then we'll just do that sideline external rotation.
I'm
Yeah.
doing 5.
Perfect, Olivia. Perfect. And John, really same thing. This is not a heavyweight exercise, right? Keep it light and keep that range of motion minimal. Again, you want to think sternum, shoulder, and no further. Rotate wrist to the sternum, rotate wrist towards your shoulder. Rotate wrist to the sternum, rotate wrist towards your shoulder. And let's just go 8 to 12 on these as well. Again, you're just trying to get a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of support, stimulate those muscles in the back of the shoulder. Great, you guys. Okay. Yeah, great, John. Yep, you're really just controlling that range of motion.
Well,
Perfect. Perfect. Once you guys complete, 8 to 12 on both sides, rest for a second, and then again, you'll come back into those alternating dumbbell chest press. And again, let's stick with 8 to 12. If 12 feels really, really light, you can go for 15, but really 8 to 12. And again, if 12 feels easy, try slowing it down just a little bit. Try really keeping it as smooth as you possibly can and finding the support in your core, right? So it's less about the quantity of repetitions and more about how smoothly can you do it. And again, Olivia, you just want to alternate one at a time, right? We're going to go one. You're going to, press both up. Actually press both dumbbells up in the air, Olivia. Yep, there you go. And then you're going to bring one down at a time. Yeah, great. Because that's going to force you. Then you're going to alternate them, right? Yeah, perfect. Right? Because you want to make sure what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep that support coming from the core. And again, 8 to 12. Beautiful, you guys. You guys look great. Yeah, nice and smooth. All right. Yeah. 8 to 12. And once you finish that, again, we'll come back into your dumbbell external rotation, sideline external rotation. So we're going to do 3 sets of the press, right? The alternating press, but just 2 sets of the external rotation. Nice work. Yeah. And again, keep it smooth. Keep that range of motion somewhat limited. All right, small range of motion, 10 to 15 degrees.
Well,
Perfect. Then again, you guys, once you're pow with those, we'll come back. We'll go one more set of those alternating dumbbell floor presses.
okay. Oh, Jordan, this is insanity. Oh.
No, this is an intelligent use of your time. Insanity is what's going on in the world out there.
For sure.
Especially, I decided to start following our fearless leader on Twitter, which was a big mistake.
Oh my God.
But I did it so I could really see what this guy was saying on a regular basis.
Yeah. Apparently yesterday he just went off on a rant.
Yeah.
Another one? Oh, I missed it.
It's unbelievable. I mean, he turns over the decisions to governors to make, and then he discredits the decisions that they make.
Right.
I read an article in the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times that regarding Putin, and apparently Putin was lieutenant colonel in the KGB.
Yeah.
And his whole job was creating disinformation back in the 70s and 80s, and with the intention of creating a disruption in getting people in the U.S. to distrust the government industry, the government agencies.
Right.
So if you think of that's Trump's kind of taken a play from his playbook.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's putting it in their hands. He's even. It's unbelievable. It really, and then what he does, the guy's pretty smart because he's manipulating the crap out of people. But then what he does is he goes and he says that the Democrats are making political game out of all, or it's a political ploy, and You know, he basically is calling, calling them out, right, for doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in so doing, he kind of shifts the puck over to their side. You know, he shifts the attention. It's really unbelievable. And people are buying into this.
I know. They're gonna write books about this.
It's really insane. It's really insane.
Yeah, he's right up front. He lets you know exactly what he wants.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Great, you guys. Again, 8 to 12. Final set of these. Sorry to go on a rant. I've just been blown away. Blown away. I mean, again, with all this information and misinformation, I think what you have to do is you have to make decisions based on an individual's character and the actions that they've taken in the past. You cannot based on what they say.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is that people's lives are being lost because of this.
It's unbelievable. It really is. And I've even had conversations with people where they're like, I had a conversation with somebody the other day where they were like, I was telling them about New York. So I'd spoken with some friends of mine in New York, and they were just telling me the situation that they're in. And I spoke with this person about it, and they were like, oh, well, the governor's just trying to get money. I was like, well, yeah, you're right. He is, because of, this virus has created 200 more deaths per day, has doubled the death in New York City.
Right.
Has doubled the death rate in New York City. It's unreal.
Yeah. Well,
but people don't, there's ICUs, there's pop-up ICUs in Central Park.
Right.
It's
unreal. Dead bodies. They don't know what to do with the dead bodies.
They're taking him to Hopper's grave out in some island. That's a shame.
Like in the Bronx too. There's it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, let's do what we can do by moving on.
Yeah.
So here's what you guys got. Let me just check my notes. I had to go on a rant there. Sometimes it just floors me again, it just reminds me of it really depends on the news source that you're listening to, and you really have to make decisions based on an individual's character, because you can't, because the media is so spins in order to propose its agenda. So here's what we got. And again, you're going to use your poll to the extent that you need to. We're going to come into those single leg touchdowns, right? So for both of you, let's grab your 20-pound dumbbell, because I know you guys will be solid with this. And again, we'll use your pole. So opposite hand, opposite foot. So I'm going to hold on with my right hand. My right foot's going to be on the floor. The dumbbell is going to be in my left hand, and I'm just going to hinge, right? That's single leg Romanian deadlift. Again, at the bottom of this position, shoulder stays back and down. You'll want to see the logo on your shirt in the mirror.
So the dumbbell is in the leg that's standing.
Opposite, right? Opposite. So with these, always think opposite. So if my foot is grounded, the dumbbell's going to be in that opposite hand. And what that's going to force you to do is to keep from rotating at the core. So we're working core and balance here, in addition to obviously your glutes and your hamstrings. Now, John, I can only kind of see your leg going back.
Right.
That as long as, ideally, switch me up. Yeah, perfect. Great, you guys. Yep. Great.
How many?
8 to 12 on this first set, John. Again, find that stretch in your hamstrings and glutes.
Okay.
All right. All right. So now what I want you guys to do is we're gonna grab your bench and you're gonna come into bench dips. I'm gonna use John's bench since he's got it nice straight out of the box, right? We'll just come into the bench dips, right? Remember, the hips stay back close to the bench, shoulders back and down, fingers slightly turned out. And again, remember, this range of motion doesn't have to be far.
Don't worry.
Right? Less is more. You shouldn't feel this in the front of your shoulder. And if you're feeling anything in the elbow, you're probably going down too low as well. You want to just kind of keep that range of motion short, keep that pump, as they call it, in the tricep. Great, you guys. Yeah. John, how many did you get?
I did 12.
All right. They're not easy.
No.
Again, then you guys are going to rest, you're going to recover, and we'll go back to those touchdowns.
Well,
Nice job. Yeah, we're only going to do 2 sets of these, so we'll go 10 to 15 on this set. You guys look great. Beautiful.
I only used the 10-pounder.
Okay. How'd it feel?
It felt good, felt solid.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Olivia, you're going to rest, and you're coming one more set of those bench dips as well.
Okay.
John, how many?
I did 15 with 20.
All right, nice. Again, one more set of bench dips. And they got one more little series that we're going to do. We'll do a little stretch, and we'll call it a day. Again, keeping the back, hips close to the bench. Again, limiting that range of motion to keep it in the triceps. No minimal stretch in the shoulder, no pain in that elbow. Final set, 10 to 15.
Okay.
All right, nice work. How many did you get, John?
15.
Nice.
They hurt.
They do. Nice. Olivia, how many did you get?
15.
Nice work, you guys. So here's what we got. We're going to finish off. We'll grab your ball, and we'll grab your band, right? Your ball and your band.
Light, medium, or heavy?
Go light. Okay. We're going to do 2 sets of this. So if you find that it's pretty easy on this go around, then you can always go up. But this is just kind of accessory stuff. And so what we're going to do, right, is we'll start off seated on your ball, and we're just going to do band pull aparts, right? So this is, again, what we're kind of going after the mid back, the back of the shoulders. What you want to think is, so if my thumbs are pointing at each other, I want to have them point slightly down, right? So here, my thumbs, when I pull apart, I actually want to go slight down. That's going to help get the rear delt a little bit more active. And then you're just pulling apart. Keep your neck relaxed, keep your chin down, and then back, right? Pull apart, and then back. And we're just going 8 to 12 here. Pull apart, and then back. Yeah, great, 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 great. If you feel anything in the neck, right, especially back and through here, drop your chin a little bit. Great, you guys. Again, 8 to 12. Okay. And then once you're powered with those, we're just going to scoot on down, and we'll come into your crunches, right? Small range of motion, cram the ribs into the hips, really focus on that contraction, right? So Olivia, right, back into these guys. Contract, yeah, right? You can reach the hands up. You can even add on that final set a little like dumbbell if you want. But again, the big thing is think about the sternum or the ribs coming towards the hips. It's less about moving up or flexing in that lower back and more about cramming the ribs to the hips and getting that contraction in the core. Great, you guys. And again, we're just going 15 to 25. Awesome. Again, John, you'll rest, you recover. When you're ready, we're coming back one more time. That band pull apart. Just fire up those rear delts, fire up the muscles in the back, upper back, mid back. Great, Olivia. Same thing, right? We'll grab that band. Great, you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Then John, we'll drop on back down. Again, we'll come into those crunches. One final set. Great, Olivia. 8 to 12.
Oh, I did 20.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's good.
That is so.
John, you were going to say something?
No, I was. That's so Olivia. 8 to 12 does 20.
Yeah, right. Ribs to hips. Feel that contraction in your core. Exhale right as you crunch.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, John, while you're resting, take your band, pull it out, and we'll just stretch out those chest and shoulders a little bit. So we'll go across, right? Yeah. And then if you want, you can even come and do a little bit of a rotation. Yeah. Just breathe. Great. Olivia, we're going to do the same thing, and we'll take that band, right? And we'll just take it apart, stretch out those shoulders a little bit. John, we'll just go one more time, then come back and drop it down a little bit behind you, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you're getting a little bit more at that shoulder. Yeah. So Olivia, you're going to come.
We're seated.
You're going to we're going to go wide.
Are we on the
just
ball?
stretch out the chest a little bit.
We're on the
Yeah.
ball.
Well, you can. And two, but you can be on the ball. Now, John, you're gonna come into this tricep stretch.
With the band?
You can. It may not be heavy enough. And if it's not, what you can always do is you can take that band, you can wrap it around,
and then
right? You can wrap it around like this. Yeah, because you're just going to probably need more resistance. You know. Yeah, great, Olivia. And you're just holding, right? Just let that stretch, shoulder stretch. You can even kind of oscillate up and down a little bit. Stretch out those chest and shoulder. Yeah. Then again, John, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Olivia, we'll do that same thing when you're ready. We're just going to stretch that tricep. And it's a little tough. If the band is really light, it's kind of tough to stretch with the band. But you can. You can take that band like this, right? Flip it over to where your thumb is facing down, but you got two strands. Go behind and grab back and pull.
Oh, that
Now,
way.
your right side, it may just be too much. When your right hand comes underneath, it may just be too much.
So you pull the top.
Yeah. And honestly, Olivia, if you can, right, you can always just take that hand that's behind and just take it to the elbow and stretch that tricep that way. Hey, John, what we'll do is we'll just hit your hamstrings real quick. And then if you want a little standing standing quad, standing ham. So, Olivia, how's your shoulders doing? How's your right shoulder?
It's the neck.
Okay, still that same spot?
Yeah, as soon as this is over, I gotta go see the guy.
Yeah, who did she refer you to, an orthopedist?
Dustin Kraft.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, great.
He's a mental manipulator.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's great.
So I was almost to him, and then all this came down, and I don't want to go out.
Yeah, no, understandable, right? Because you're going to be touched.
Yeah.
But I think that he does network, and he's a network chiropractor, and I think that's perfect. I can't think of a better practitioner for you to be working on you. John, your pal. Nice work. How you feeling?
I feel good. It's a good workout.
Awesome.
Bicep things I just hate, but I like. You can actually feel the muscle, the exact muscle where it's going.
Yeah.
That's what's about him, right? It really is.
It's a direct connection.
Yeah, it totally, right? It really is. I love them. I don't think there's any better home way to do it at home.
Yeah.
So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9, right? And then however I can help support you guys, I'll send this information out with a link regarding the software. Check it out. Like I said, I can offer 30 days free trial right now. Check it out. See what you think. I mean, if you're interested, I'm not 100% with it. I think it moves a little slow. I think it's for people who I think it's probably optimal for people who are just getting started because it does move a little slowly. But I think it's good foundation stuff. It's not something that is, it's all stuff that we've discussed and you've implemented. But they're great reminders, and B, it's all fundamental things. At least the stuff that I'm seeing so far that's recommending for me.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, and then keep giving me feedback. Let me know how I can help you guys stay on top. It's tough right now. It's tough because you're at home, and stuff's available. I mean, again, just remember too, we create our environment, and that's you only have so much power, regardless of what anybody says. You can do so much. So if you got Cheez-Its in the cabinet or ice cream bars in the freezer, the reality is you're gonna eat them.
I know. The idea that you have enough willpower, I don't know. I'm 70 years old and I'm still fooling myself that I can keep, yogurt covered raisins in my pantry. It's just not going to happen.
There you go, man. I mean, the reality is just, that's the only way to beat it. The only way, you got to set up your environment. That's
Right.
the only way to do it. We're just,
Right.
it boils down to it. Most of us human beings, we have, I mean, you have only so much will, right? So you have to, have to, what do they say? You have to trick the devil, right?
Yeah.
And the only way to trick it is you got to set the environment up to where you have no other choice.
I know. Or that
The
you
way
have to
to do
drive.
it-
You have to drive 20 miles to get it.
The way to do it
Yeah,
is
exactly.
put a mini fridge in your room and then lock your door and stay in your room and just stock it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then what happens is you go out to the living room to get your provisions, and you're like, well,
Right.
I'll just but I'll only eat on Fridays. I only eat at 9 o'clock on Fridays, and then you just do it. It's tough,
Yeah.
right? It's all those things are true, right? Never go to a grocery store hungry.
No,
Yeah.
Always make sure you have everything you need laid out, and
Yeah.
and right now on
All
a
chopped
piece of
up.
paper,
Yeah.
right? Don't bring your
Okay.
phone into the store, right?
No.
On a piece of paper, have it
Yeah.
all
Piece of
written
paper.
out.
yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
John,
I mean,
let's go jump in the pool, John. Let's go jump
I'm
in the
going
pool.
to. I'm going to
Okay.
do that.
All right.
Bye.
See you
all
at
right,
the
well, I'll
pool.
see you tomorrow at 9.
See you tomorrow at 9.
9 o'clock. Thank you, Jordan. Bye.
Bye.